Welcome. Thank you for joining the Coaching Unlimited conversation hosted by Regal Unlimited. Today, we are exploring experiences, the shifts, the energy behind Coaching Unlimited through the lens and reflections of two wonderful participants who have lived this journey fairly recently. I'm delighted to be joined by Supriya Padmanabhan and R.S. Rajagopalan, or RSR as we affectionately know him. In the interest of making the most of 30 minutes together, I'm only going to say that both Supriya and RSR are long-standing members of the Regal alumni community, and they bring together a wealth of experience and insight. What I'll ask them to do is, when they answer the first question, is maybe just say one extra sentence about them. And if you really want to know them more, their LinkedIn profiles will tell you much more. So we've got 30 minutes, and I want to get insights from them and not tell you much more about them. So let's dive in. They've had their experiences very recently. I attended Coaching Unlimited 4 years ago, almost. Can't believe it's gone so fast. Supriya and RSR went just November, December last year. So their memories are fresh. I hope mine are too. And on that note, let's dive straight in, and I'll ask Supriya the first question. What made you decide to go to Coaching Unlimited, and what were you hoping to gain from that experience at the time of making that decision?
Thanks, Bhavani. So, like you said, I'm a Regal alumni from 2016, quite an oldie at that. And what made me, and I said this on the video that Regal has posted also, my initial reason to go for Coaching Unlimited was purely because I needed the hours, right? CCEUs for my renewal. Also because every video I've seen of the Coaching Unlimiteds that have happened, and we went, I think, for the 8th one. So there have been 7 before us. It looked like a lot of fun. It looked like a lot of diversity in the people who came, right? There were people who had recently certified, people who've been certified for a long time. So that fascinated me, like what would be a program that would be equally relevant to everybody. So yeah, hours and fun. And the diversity of the group was fascinating. So yes, that's why I joined.
Fantastic. So hours, fun, and diversity of the group. So RSR, I'll ask you to add to that your quick perspective as to why you made that choice.
Yeah, see, I'm also a Regal alumni since 2020. I belong to the famous COVID batch, I would say. Yeah, so I cleared ACC and then got a little bit of consulting assignments and things like that. So I completely lost my focus in terms of coaching per se. That was so I wanted to get back my mojo in terms of coaching and basically sharpen your knife sort of thing, And so I wanted to upskill my coaching skills. So I decided to attend the Coaching Unlimited program. And the second reason was full 2 days were dedicated, or when I saw the video, it was dedicated for building a successful coaching business. That excited me. Many of us clear the credentials, we pass ACC, PCC and things like that, but we struggle to commercialize it and capitalize on the investments we have made for ourselves. So that was pretty exciting for me. In terms of what Supriya just mentioned about the CCEU points, I got to know only after I got the certificate. I was not even aware. So that was not a consideration for me. For me, this 2-day session was quite exciting for me. And of course, I wanted to get my mojo back in terms of coaching itself. That's the reason I took up this and participated, and it was lovely fun, actually. Yeah. As she said, there was diversity in the room and we had so much fun. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, I mean, I think I resonate with both of your answers. For me, starting with RSR's response, my mojo was low when I went back in 22, and I needed that as well. But I went for the second batch, and I was having this huge FOMO because the first batch went to Yelagiri, I think, and I'm thinking, no way, they went, to this mountain area, and I missed it. But the next batch was in Chennai. That having said, I still went because the location plays an important part, but not everything. And I did go, and I did get what I wanted. And I think I still remember the kind of insights I got from the business of coaching segment because it still resonates today. And it couldn't be a better thing that you said, RSR, because today Marshall Goldsmith's post on LinkedIn, which we're all seeing, talked about one of the biggest downsides of great people trying to be coaches. They never learn the art of marketing. Right. I think couldn't be better said than how we brought it up in today's conversation. So let's move on. I'm starting with you, RSR. What was the particular moment, conversation, or insight during Coaching Unlimited that stayed with you? And I know you both went to the same batch, so let's see if that's that moment, or that excitement, or that insight that stayed with you from your cohort.
Yeah, there were many moments which stayed with me, to be honest. It was 4 days of, so many striking moments there. However, the session on coaching mastery, a demo by Subhash, was just outstanding. It was breathtaking, I would say, for want of better words. And so that was lovely. And similarly, the session, how to conduct a discovery session. These things are very practical and important for all coaches, actually. So the session on how to conduct a discovery session with a prospective client or a coachee by PK was an eye-opener for me. I learned a lot. These two stayed with me. In fact, I did a couple of discovery sessions recently, and I was trying to get PK inside my body, to just make it happen. So that sort of stuff. So it was like really good, actually. However, the one thought that stayed with me after attending Coaching Unlimited is you can become a prosperous coach.
Wonderful.
We all become coach, but are we going to become a prosperous coach? Is something I got the answer from Coaching Unlimited. So that I would say was my biggest point which stayed with me.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
When you were saying embodying PK, I was thinking the coaching competency says, embodying a coaching mindset. But when you come to Regal, you have to embody Subhash, you have to embody PK.
Absolutely.
Nicely said.
Absolutely. They are our role models, so obviously. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, Supriya, what about you?
So, like RSR said, those two coaching sessions gave us goose flesh. But for me, what stayed was that through the 4 days, the competencies were completely interwoven, and the reason for the competency was made so vividly clear, and every word in every competency was brought alive, right? I mean, honestly, I'm really bad at remembering each of these competencies. Since I studied them so long ago, and we know the spirit of it. But the way they are completely interlinked and how they play a role in every aspect of coaching, I think it came alive really well because every answer linked to a competency. So for me, that was quite fabulous. And I think what RSR said about you can be a prosperous coach, I think the very fact that, while we all want to help people and transform people and do all that, from the bottom of our hearts. But at the end of the day, coaching is also a profession to sustain a way of life. And I think that was the sentence that was used, that don't forget that you have a way of life that you need to sustain. Don't feel ashamed of it. Right. So I think that stayed with me as well.
Fantastic. So. Really well said. And I know, and as you were talking about the competencies being really interwoven, I was recalling my own experience. I think you come away again feeling the competencies in your bones because you are made to practice. I'm sure you all had the same experience. Practice life. You were getting live feedback. Somebody as senior as Subhash and PK observing you and telling you, those were lived experiences. You can't underplay the value of something like that because as you get feedback really, in the life process of coaching, you start to feel those competencies much more, and you take them back, and then you bring them alive with your client. So that's really good. And I like the idea of the prosperous coach. I think we all made these choices to become coaches because we want a lifestyle change. I mean, how are we going to make that happen if we're not successful as coaches with both segments, the competency and the business of coaching really fully mastered? So wonderful.
Funny, I just want to add one thing here, that, the way the program is designed, it wasn't that we imbibed this or learned this only in the classroom. Like our session, which RSR and I attended, was in the School of Ancient Wisdom in the outskirts of Bangalore, right? And the whole ambience, the whole after session evening discussions, there wasn't a moment wasted. I think that also was really important to helping that those messages internalize.
Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, obviously, I've been to that place. That the vibration there is, it's almost blessed to enter that space as well. But you're right. You live the competencies throughout in all of the experiences, in all of the exchanges that you have with each other, with the faculty. I think rightly said, the ambience does matter. So, Supriya, I'm going to start with you. I know you said you went for the hours, but I'm sure something shifted for you. So what shift did you experience in how you see your coaching practice or your coaching journey, having been there?
So I think the first was the reaffirmation that, we're doing a lot of things right. And this is really not about checking whether you're doing it right, but to deepen the ability and that sense of being present and all of that. It was just about a deepening. So I think for me, that was what shifted, that there was, how do we now evolve as coaches? Yeah, we've got certified, we renew every now and then. But there's an evolution which comes not only from experience, but from each other and, all of that. As well as the connections. It wasn't about networking. It was building deep connections with everybody there. I think that made a big difference also. We all connected at different levels. We were all completely different people, different reasons for being there and different ways of practicing. But the connections were very deep. So yeah, for me, that was what really worked and stood out, what shifted.
Right. Okay. So I think affirmation is what I'm hearing is the affirmation that you are doing the right things. You are in that journey for the right reasons, and the connection. And I think, recently we've been talking about this as well, how trust, connection deepens trust, and trust allows so much more to flourish because of it, from the people you build these connections with. And I think that safe space for 4 days, really allows for that connection to deepen at a level that you can't imagine.
And if I can add to that, sometimes as coaches tend to see each other as competition to each other, right? But coming together like this shows you that the pie is big. We will all have enough space. But when we can help each other, the whole community of coaching grow, I think it makes a big difference. And Coaching Unlimited does that, right? It's about building a stronger coaching, community, which means the art of coaching, everything, the understanding of coaching, everything we work together to enhance. And that was really coming through.
Brilliant. Thank you. Okay, RSR, what would you like to add to that? What shift did you experience?
Couple of points. One, yes, as Supriya rightly mentioned, the camaraderie and the fellowship between coaches who attended was phenomenal, and it was very inspiring to see different thought process. And for some of them coached like a pro, and I was like very inspired. I need to get there, that sort of feeling. So which was really very nice. But for me, what shifted was CU or Coaching Unlimited gave me the confidence that I can be a good coach and coach well. That's what I got, that confidence after this first 2 days itself, when we discussed the mastery in coaching, which Subhash used to call coaching quotient actually. So that was really good, and that is a big shift for me, for a person like me, who had to sharpen his coaching skills actually. And the second point is, it helped me position myself in the marketplace and play to my strengths. That's something which that really shifted how to position myself in the marketplace. Now I'm very clear about my own positioning and things like that. So that helped me. Thirdly, it made me really bold, and for want of a better word, in fact, it has made me shameless in terms of pitching for business actually. Earlier I used to hesitate. He's a known guy, should I pitch? What if he says no to me and things like that, or will I embarrass him by making him say no to me? And I had so many self-limiting beliefs actually. Those things went off after Coaching Unlimited, and now I am like tiger on the prowl sort of scenario.
Wow.
So which is really good. I'm feeling more very happy with myself, and that's basically thanks to Coaching Unlimited. I should I'm grateful to PK and Subhash for that.
Couldn't have said it better. RSR is fantastic. I mean, that's the kind of shift we're really talking about, right? And I mean, the idea that you reaffirmed your ability to coach, and the fact that you now can go out there and speak about coaching and position coaching the way you wanted, that enables you. I can see the Josh as you say it.
Yeah.
As Supriya was saying, it's about, today we are the day after International Women's Day. We're talking about gift to gain. I think the same spirit applies in that coaching space that we have in Coaching Unlimited, right? There's a lot of giving to get, because when we get abundance. And when people share their experiences, everybody becomes richer because of it. But also the fact, my own experience with the positioning, I came out of Coaching Unlimited in April 22, and by June, I registered my company. I knew my niche. All of those things crystallized for me. I'm still working on, you're still growing, you're still building, but the clarity emerged as to what you're going to do. You can't serve everybody. And I remember PK said, if you, in a country of so many people, if you are everything to everyone, you are nothing to no one. And that really stood out, because I was able to say, look, I can be everything to everyone, but I have to pick one. What is that one? And then go, wholeheartedly behind that. I think that really is powerful.
Sure.
I think that's what I hear you say also about what you've experienced.
Absolutely. With you.
Wonderful. Okay. Just looking at the time. Okay. We have some time. So, there are some coaches here who probably have not been to Coaching Unlimited. I think some are coming back thinking, should they go again? Because it's such a, I don't want to use the word drug, but it's almost like that, because you get this injection of enthusiasm, confidence, etc. when you go. What would you say to a coach who is considering attending CU but still unsure? I'll start with RSR. What would you say?
Yeah, I think a couple of points again. For any coach, there are two things, according to me. One, mastery in coaching, obviously, the coaching quotient, which we talk about. And the second one is building a successful coaching business, the business quotient. These two are primarily important for any coach, actually. So while we focus on credentials, accreditation, and things like that, ACC, PCC, and things like that, we do clear the exams, pass them, and take enough efforts. But Coaching Unlimited takes us beyond a good recording, because we are so focused on, while passing ACC and PCC, that we are focused on the recording, whether that gets through, and then we are talking about that exam. But CU takes you beyond a good recording. It makes you a master, get a mastery in coaching, actually. So that's something very important. For example, I still remember Subhash saying about, competencies 4, 5, 6, and 7 should be demonstrated as part of 3. And so you just, those sort of stuff, it just stays with you. And, it makes you a better coach, actually, and that's something which fascinated me. And second point, it makes us challenge the coachee during that process, which Subhash again spoke about, audacious goals and things like that. These things we learn and imbibe, which is very useful in our daily lives, actually. And of course, the session on presence and listening skills, that gets sharpened for any coach. And these things are very essential for somebody to be a good coach, right? So, and that you get it from Coaching Unlimited, according to me. And similarly, from the business point of view, how to arrive at your niche. Hope I am pronouncing it correctly, or positioning. That's something which any coach here or outside who wants to join Coaching Unlimited will get a clear understanding. That's something which is very critical. And how do we communicate with prospects, and how can you pitch business, and step-by-step process to set up your business, right from a professional email ID. It's all, we speak about it. So it gives you a lot of clarity in terms of setting up your own business. And what is that my clients get from me is something I'm able to articulate now. I was not able to articulate before Coaching Unlimited. So I'm very grateful for that. And a clear 30-day and 100-day plan, which all of us are executing now. In fact, some people like me who are lazy laggards are slightly delayed, but we are there. At least I have a plan and I am executing, albeit slowly. And that's something which is phenomenal. So just to summarize, 2 points. One, if you're serious about coaching, then Coaching Unlimited is a must for you. That's all I can say. It will transform your thinking process about coaching and coaching as a business. That's point number 1. Point number 2 is because everybody thinks about investment, so coaching is a worthy investment, I would say, since it helps us get your fundamentals correct. That's something very critical, so that you can grow your business. So if somebody wants to set a good platform before launching or scaling their coaching business, CCEU Unlimited is the first step, in the right direction with the perfect investment is what I would say. Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm going to ask Supriya and then I will summarize all together. So Supriya, what would you like to add to that very rich summary from RSR already?
Seriously, RSR, you covered everything.
Thank you.
Okay. I think I echo what RSR said. To me, we all tend to fall into comfort zones. We all build our own style of coaching, right? And somewhere along the way, we stop thinking about our style. And we kind of do things by rote, a lot of it by rote. While we're tuned into the client, we tend to get into a comfort zone. I think what this program did for me was help me to come out of that comfort zone, to re-look at and redefine the way I coach, and to think about which are the really important non-negotiables, and kind of reiterate that whole being of a coach. So for me, that was a big, reason why people who've been coaches for some time especially should join in. I think the second is also exactly what RSL said, in terms of how do you run coaching as a business. I think we need to realize how we can be most relevant given our strengths to a specific need in the industry. When we first become coaches, we want to coach everybody, right? And whatever outcome the client wants, we're like, okay, yeah, we'll give it to you. But somewhere we have strengths and we have to learn how to amplify those strengths and position ourselves in a relevant manner, and figure out who your target audience is. Otherwise, we will be, shooting blanks in the dark, right? And it's not kind of aimed in the right direction. So I think that was brought in very well also. So those are the 2 things for me that worked.
Fantastic. So what I'm hearing from both of you is there are two elements to a great coach, which is the mastery and the business side, and Coaching Unlimited gives you all of that. And I think what RSR was describing is a really well thought through program that addresses practically every element that you can think of to become that kind of coach that gets out there. And I think what I heard you add is that it not just finding your niche, not just renewing your confidence and your affirmation on your profession, almost renewing I guess for coaches who have been doing it for a while, renewing your uniqueness, I would say, as a coach, so that what you offer is really what your client needs. Trying to tailor your relevance between your strength and your niche, so that what you come out with is really spot on for your market. If I heard that right. On that note, I'm going to ask you one very rapid fire question and then open for a few questions. So one word from each of you that would summarize your experience of Coaching Unlimited. RSR.
Yeah, okay. For me, if I have to say in one word, it was eye-opening, I would say. But if you have to just add a sentence to it, Coaching Unlimited is the path to take by an ordinary coach to become a successful and prosperous coach, is what I would summarize it that way.
Fantastic. Well said. Thank you. And Supriya.
I think recalibration. I think I've said this before. We all need to stop and recalibrate once in a while. And Coaching Unlimited offers a fabulous, platform to recalibrate in a exhilarating manner and in a safe manner.
Fantastic. So eye-opening, a must-have for a successful coach, and recalibration. And I think what I'm hearing is almost this process of renewal that we go through. Renewal, rebirth almost to some extent, if you want to rebrand your entire self as well. It's possible through this kind of program, because it really helps you think about the whole you as a coach and the market that you're intersecting with, and come up with something even newer if required. Wonderful. So thank you both for your generous sharing, and I really enjoyed the camaraderie even on this call as well. Symbolic of our regal energy, I would say.
Community.
I just want to add for the coaches who, if they have any questions, they can write to me or Supriya, no problem at all. We are available on LinkedIn, and so they can reach out, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions or queries or any clarifications. Happy to do so. Yeah.
Perfect. And I don't have the dates. The next CU dates, Subhash. I didn't bring June, right? Okay. Perfect.
No, it's in April.
Oh, April. Okay.
Oh, it's April. Okay.
Sorry.
Not very far off.
Yeah.
Is it in the same venue, Subhash?
Yeah, same venue.
Wow.
Same venue blocked.
Okay.
So it's a blessing to enter that venue in the first place. The energy, vibrates at a different level. So those of you on the call or listening to this later who need to think about going, definitely do that. And it's in Bangalore, so it's near the airport. All of those positive reasons for making it logistically convenient as well. Okay, I think that's all I have. It's bang on 7:00. Thank you so much. I hope you all have got some value from this conversation. I definitely did. I'm almost having my own kind of FOMO now. Maybe 4 years has been a long time. Time to renew. Time to renew that energy. Okay, all right.
Thank you, Bhavani.
Thank you.
Bye, thanks.
Thank you, Bhavani. Really appreciate. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Bhavani.
Bye.
And thanks, Subhash.
Thanks
for giving
to
us an
Supriya.
opportunity.
Thanks to Arasal. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.